I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. I ain't gonna give up, got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up, got too little time, I'ma live up.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday the 16th or 17th. I don't know. I think it's the 17th. Maybe not. It might be the 15th. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit tired. Got today off of work, so rolled in late last night. Got to bed and just got up here this morning. Original weather forecast said it was supposed to rain all day, but I just kept having a feeling, just keep planning on it. Last night it still said it would rain till probably 2 o'clock today. So I thought the morning was gonna be shot. And last night I was like, okay, my options are to either sleep in or just to go and hope for the best. And I woke up this morning, checked the weather, and no rain. Cloudy, but no rain. Yeah, so I'm pumped. I just rolled in. It is, I think it's like 6:10. So we got like 45 minutes until sunrise. Maybe closer to an hour. So I'm not in a huge rush, but I think I am gonna get my stuff on and just slowly start creeping in. We walked a trail in last time, but my concern this time is with it rained all night, bad, heavy. And my concern is that trail is going to be solid mud, and I don't want to fall on my butt every 10 feet. So I might have to find another access, whether it's through the weeds or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna try to video as much as I can today. I am solo today, so if I don't video a ton and if I don't get shots on video, I'm sorry, but today I am in here to kill an elk. It's one of my last days and I've got to get it done. So videoing is not top priority today. Killing an elk is, but I will do what I can. And we'll see you in a second when I'm walking. All right, so we've dropped down in this canyon pretty far. It is raining pretty good. Luckily I brought rain gear with me, so I've got my rain gear on. I'm about ready to take the jacket off because it's so hot. But we're just gonna keep slowly creeping into this canyon. I haven't heard anything yet. I've bugled a couple times, but no responses, so guess we'll see. I expect them to be super active today, but maybe not. I guess we'll see. Sure is beautiful in here. It's crazy country. I haven't heard anything yet. I wonder if it's gonna take a little bit today, because I bet they got rained on pretty bad last night. I bet they're in no hurry to get up and get all soaking wet walking through this crap. Alright, this is where we're at. We got a big clearing behind us. Part of a clearing in front of us. I'm just gonna chill right here until I hear a bugle or something. I'm not gonna bugle, I'm not gonna cow call, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit right here until they start talking. I'm right in the middle of where we had 6 bulls bugling at us last weekend. There were 2 on this side. 2, well, I think 3 over here, and then 1 below us. And yeah, so I'm right in the I'm right in the middle of that. It's still raining a little bit, but it is starting to get light out. And I'm expecting them to get fired up real quick. I don't know what they'll do with the rain though. I've never hunted elk in the rain. But I would imagine they would be very active. Especially after a huge, huge thunderstorm last night. I feel like this light drizzle isn't going to affect them at all. I hear something behind me. I don't know. We'll just hang out until we hear a bugle. Alright guys, right now I am thinking that I'm probably just going to start cruising up this ridge a little bit. I don't really know what to do. I haven't heard anything. The rain is not stopping. I thought they'd be going nuts. But like I said, I've never hunted elk in the rain. So, I don't know. So my new thought is I'm going to get high to where I can see. There's a bunch of clearings over on this other side. So I'm going to get high to where I can see those clearings. And then that's probably going to be home until I see or hear something. Crap on my nose. Found a nice little cozy spot in between 2 giant trees. My plan, I've got a huge valley to the left, huge valley to the right, and then the ridge that I walk down drops down into a huge canyon. Last week we had 2 bulls in that canyon, or in that draw, and 3 bulls in that draw, and like 3 bulls that way. So my plan is to just chill right here. The rain's supposed to stop like, I don't know, I think it said around like 11 or 12. So hopefully that's right. I'm just gonna kind of curl up under this tree and try to stay warm. But I think once this rain stops, I think it's gonna get wild. I hope. We'll try to wait it out. Rain is still coming down pretty good. About enough, so I ended up kind of hanging up a little cheap little tarp, and it's helping. I've got a little bit of a cover now. It's not perfect. I didn't pick the best spot to do it, but I made some like makeshift tent stakes, like right there, and over there, just out of like sticks, pounded them in the ground. And then I've got it connected to another tree back here, and it's at least keeping me dry, so I'm alright with it. Probably gonna lay down and take a nap for a minute. You ever seen the TV show Alone? That's kind of what I feel like right now. I don't do much solo hunting, Very rarely do I go alone, actually. I try to always go with somebody. I just think it's smarter. I think it's safer. But today, I took the day off work, and the buddy I usually go with couldn't get the day off, so I was like, well, I'm still going. And that was kind of my plan all along. So here I am. But man, this is like not one of the funnest days that I've hunted. It is very rainy. It is very cold. I think it's about like 40 degrees. So, I mean, not terrible, but to have rain involved as well makes it kind of cold. Yeah, it's not a ton of fun, but I do have high hopes. The rain's supposed to stop within like the next couple hours, and I really think if I can, stick it out and stay up here, that I think the elk are going to be going crazy, because it rained all night too. So these elk probably haven't been active ever since, like, I don't know, last night. They probably got up a little bit, but right before it rained, I'm sure. They haven't been able to get up all morning, I don't think. So I really think once this rain stops, I think the elk are going to be going crazy. But it's supposed to stop in a couple hours, and then it's supposed to get sunny a couple hours after that. So I really think if I can just stick it out for a few hours, that it'll be worth it. So that's what I'm doing, but even though I have this tarp up, it's still stinking cold. So, I don't know, thinking about building a fire, but everything is wet, so it would not be the easiest fire to get going. We'll see. I don't know what I'll do. Probably just keep waiting it out. Alright, I'm gonna try to start a fire. I'm pretty cold, but these are a couple things I always keep in my pack. I don't use them very often. This is an arc lighter by Pyro Putty. It's basically an electric lighter. Pretty cool. And then I've got some of their Pyro Putty in this can. The good thing about Pyro Putty is it burns for a long time. So even with the sticks being wet, I'm hoping that it'll burn long enough to where I can get it started. I figure it's worth a shot. Worst case scenario, it doesn't want to light, and then I'm back to the same situation I'm in now. So it's not too bad. It's not too terrible, but man, my hands are cold, and I did not bring gloves because I did not think that was going to be an issue. All right, I've got a little fire going. Hopefully it keeps going. I don't want it very big, like that's like the size of my hand. I kind of cleared a little bit of a circle around. It's hard to tell, but I literally just want it to warm my hands. But thankfully, I had that Pyro Putty, and that Pyro Putty burns long enough to where it's drying out these sticks and they're lighting. So I don't want it very big. I just want to keep it like size of a baseball, because I just want to keep my hands warm. And then that way, if it's that small, it's going to be easy to put out too when I do finally hear an elk. All right, it is 9:45. It is mostly done raining. It's still raining a little bit, but I'm gonna pack everything up. The sun is finally starting to come out. You can't really see it on the camera, but the sun is finally starting to come out. And I think in the next 30 minutes, I would bet money that I hear a bugle. So I'm gonna start packing everything up and getting ready because I think it's about to get good. Guys, check this out. I'm like up on this mountain in the middle of nowhere, and I see this little bit of a glass bottle poking out. I was like, you know, well, see what it is, but it's like buried, like just a little bit poking out. Guess what it is? An old Coca-Cola bottle. Pretty cool. It is way old. It even says Idaho on the bottom. It says Pocatello, Idaho on the bottom. Wow. Pretty cool. I've seen some old ones, but might be the oldest. I'm gonna put it in my bag and I'll pack it out of here. Pretty cool. My mom's a big fan of like old Coca-Cola stuff, so I think I'll keep it and pack it out of here and give it to her. So I'm overlooking a canyon right now where we had two big bulls in this little canyon last week screaming their heads off. And we didn't go after them because there wasn't really a good way to do so. But today I've had time that I snuck up around the back of the canyon, and I am currently sitting like at the higher part of the canyon, like towards the top end. It looks really, really good. But I'll flip the camera around and show you. So this is what I'm looking at. You can see quite a bit. I actually think we'll bring Ashley back here on the rifle hunt. You can see a lot. And I know there's elk in here. They're just not feeling it yet today, apparently. Alright, it's 11:15. I think I just heard my first bugle. It was very faint and over the ridge the other direction. I'm probably not going to make any noise. I'm probably just going to stay quiet and keep listening. See if he does it again. But it sounded right. Just sounded very, very faint. Alright, I never ended up hearing another bugle. But I swear I heard one at 11:15. It's now probably 11:45. I've hiked up back to the ridge. I'm gonna go back to where I kind of had that like tarp set up, because I feel like it's more of a general area that I would be able to hear something in any direction. Whereas the canyon I was in, I could really only hear stuff that was in that canyon, most likely. So, hiked back up to this ridge, and I'm trying to find service because I just want to let Ashley know that I'm good. Just hunting solo, I like to keep her updated so she's not worried. Well, I found service, and it says that in about 45 minutes I'm gonna get rain again for like an hour. So I guess I'll probably put my tarp back up and kind of get a shelter built now so that I'm not trying to hurry and do it in the rain. But probably tough it out again. It shows that like the last 3 hours of today are supposed to be sunny and like mid-60s. Right now it's like 50. So I really think if I can hold out to the afternoon, I just really think the afternoon is going to be really good tonight. Kind of wish I would have just stayed in bed and just came up for the afternoon, honestly. But I don't know. The weather changes every 5 minutes, so it's hard to know. There she is. Far from perfect, but it'll keep me dry. I just got it set up just so in case. Like I said, there's supposed to be another storm rolling in within the next 45 minutes. So I got pretty wet this morning, and I don't want to do it again. Especially because it's been like not raining for like 2 hours and I'm fairly dry now. So still haven't heard much. Heard that one bugle at like 11:15, and it's now like 12:30, and I haven't heard anything else. I just think it might be too cold. Nothing wants to move. Hopefully this afternoon it's crazy. That's what I'm hoping for. Guys, guess what I finally found? The sun. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how happy I am. I've been freezing. It's been raining like crazy, and I bet it's been like a high of like 40 degrees up this canyon. And I've about called it quits a couple times, but I decided to stick it out for the afternoon because I think it's going to be pretty nice this afternoon. So it is now 3:30. Last weekend we started hearing bugles about 6 o'clock. I'm expecting it to be a little bit earlier since they probably haven't gotten out much in the last 24 hours. But just crossing my fingers, waiting for one to bugle, and then we'll go get him. I've just been sitting on this big log for like 45 minutes or so. I've got my call like 30 feet away from me because if not, I'm probably just going to keep calling, and I think I need to kind of play the quiet game for a little bit. Let something else make noise before I start playing. I've just been chilling here, just sitting down, and this coyote came like 5 yards from me, came up over this little hill right here and stopped like 5 yards from me, and then kind of surprised me, so I like turned my head and it saw me turn and took off, and then I tried to call him back in, but just like doing lip squeals. But he didn't want to play either. I'm sure I surprised him just about as much as he surprised me. He wasn't very big though. This is weird. Yeah, this is weird. Last week, I never finished the video last week, but it got chaotic and my phone was about dead, so I never videoed a lot of the good part. But about this time last week, we had like 6 to 8 different bulls bugling in here. We ended up hearing like 10 to 12 throughout the day, like total. But like this time last week, we were pretty much in this same spot. And we had bulls like in every direction going off. And today, nothing. Very weird. Very weird. I'm gonna start cruising out of here. Oh, there's something breaking in the pond. They might be here, they might just not be talking. I'm gonna move because my wind is not good. Alright, so here's a little recap. So last week, this is about where I quit filming. And the biggest reason was my phone was about dead. And I do most of my videoing on my phone. It's just easier. I don't have a cameraman. I don't want to pack around big cameras and stuff. And I don't do this to be famous. I do it to make memories and be able to look back on them, and I'm happy with the quality, so that's all that matters. So my phone's about dead, so I quit filming. And too bad, because it got good. We had a bull with some cows that we were cutting distance on, and we got to probably 100 yards from the cows, and I let out a bull calling cows bugle, and probably didn't get close enough. Probably should have cut another 30-40 yards, because he just rounded his cows up and got out. Never saw him. And then he had a raghorn with him, and then immediately after he left, 2 bulls across the canyon started bugling. And so, like, all right, let's go after them. Deer tracks on the trail, but it looks like a doe and a fawn. So we started going after them. And then they were like call shy too. Got close and they went silent. And we're like, all right, forget them. So we started cruising to get up and out of here, and 2 more bulls lit off pretty close to the truck, and so we went after them, and then we ran out of light. I'm gonna put my phone away. There's a lot of deer tracks right here, so I'll be back. All right, back to our conversation. So, no deer, by the way, and no elk either, by the way. Yeah, so we were coming out, we hit a spot down there, and 2 more bugled, so we took off up after them. One of them went silent, like almost immediately, and the other one, we got pretty close to him, and he was acting like pretty ticked off. He kept cutting me off and like chuckling at me, and he seemed not super happy with my presence. And the wind was good, everything was good, and then he just randomly barked. He just randomly barked at us and shut up. And I don't know why. Very confused about this canyon this week. So yeah, last week we had about like 12 bulls in this canyon screaming. Like from the start of the day to the end of the day, probably about 12 different bulls. And at one point we had 6 different ones screaming at us at the same time. And today, I spent all day in here, sun up to sundown, and I don't know, I thought I heard that one bugle, but I'm thinking it wasn't. I'm thinking it was my imagination, because I feel like I would have heard it again. I didn't see any elk, and I heard one thing crash through the trees below me, and that was it. That was how my day went. So tomorrow, as I'm sure you can imagine, I will not be coming back here. I'll be trying somewhere else. It's steep coming out of here. It's a trail, but it is steep. Last time I had to stop like 20 times. Today I've only stopped once so far. So, pretty good. Alright guys, well, that's the slowest day of elk hunting I think I've ever had. So, thanks for following along. We'll see ya.